Hi, welcome to Ignite Success, where we talk about people, places, and projects that fire up our city. I'm your host, Suzie Becker, and I'm here with Silvia Romero of the First Coast Cultural Center. Hi, Silvia.
Hi, Susie. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. I want to chat about culture and transition in this evolving landscape of Jacksonville. So, the First Coast Cultural Center has moved to a new location, and you're in Sawgrass, correct?
We are. We just moved in just before December 14th, which was our ribbon cutting. So all of November and December was gearing up to move, but we hit the ground running and we are offering programs of all kinds. And previously we were renting out a satellite studio in Jack's Beach for a few years. And before that, we were in our beloved Ponte Vedra home for 25 years.
Wow.
Which is now a location called the Morris Center. It's in Ponte Vedra, but now we are back in the area. We're in Sawgrass, and we have a very large, beautiful building. It's 6,000 square feet in the Sawgrass Village, 2 floors, and we utilize every inch of the space for programming and bringing people in to create a cultural hub.
So let's talk a little bit about culture, right? Some people think about a space like that and they instantly think, probably it's going to be more like a gallery. I'm going to come and I'm going to see art on the walls only. But I was there at your ribbon cutting and I was so impressed by the niche areas that you have designed for various aspects of what culture, art mean. Tell me a little bit more about your different programs.
Absolutely. So you're right. You can come and see art on the walls at all times.
All the time.
All the time. And that's some of what we do, and it's kind of a big piece of what we do, because we do want to feature local and non-local artists. We do want to have the conversation going when people come. We've had a lot of visitors in the last couple of months that are from out of town, that see our sign, that stumble upon us, and they get into conversations with the groups that they're with or other visitors. They're talking about art and possibilities. They're talking about technique. I have an art and art history background, so for me that's the natural conversation to have. But the big picture of the Cultural Center is really based on everything culture. What does that mean? Conversations and discussions and presentations about art and art history, but also about politics and religion and education and culinary and geography and travel. So we offer all those kinds of things in our programming. In fact, we have a huge culinary program that is launching very soon.
I'm really excited for it. I was there for a small taste of it
Yes.
with a wine tasting experience that you had, and it was overlooking your gardens. So is there a possibility to rent out the space for events as well? That was the first thing I thought of.
100% yes, and in the short time that we've been in our new space, which by the way, we used to be called Cultural Center of Ponte Vedra Beach, and we've been in the area, like I said, for 29 years. Next year we'll celebrate our 30th year. But in our new location, we are reigniting those programs that we did have and working with a trajectory of culinary in a big geographical way. So when you are there for a wine tasting and a sampling, we had a particular event that we partnered with the JCA, the Jewish Community Alliance. And one of the things that we are having soon is involving an international program with Spanish delegates. So we've had some sort of secret, but it won't be for long, program coming along with
Breaking news, you heard it here first.
That's right. So we're going to have a continued program in culinary. We had some visitors from Spain, from the Santiago de Compostela Cathedral, and we also are in 2026, we're going to be beginning creating an international book of local recipes and restaurateurs and restaurant owners and chefs from the area, but also from all around the world are going to be contributing to this book. More about that in the near future. But what we're having currently is the plans to recreate our space to be a professional culinary space. So we are having in April and May and June, we are having some culinary programs that are tastings, that are thematic. And on our website, you can see all the information at firstcoastculturalcenter.org. But the large culinary programming that's happening is just around the corner.
That's so exciting. And I want to just not forget to mention there's a pottery studio in there.
Right.
There's a second floor that dance classes are taking place in. There is a gift shop where you can buy the arts that are created by our local artisans as well.
Right.
So here we are, come full circle. It's almost a year from when the idea of moving to a new location came to fruition. And I'm really excited to come back and see you again.
Thank you. Yes, you're right that there's all of those other things too. And sometimes we kind of are thinking about programming for the future, but when you step back and actually look at what the Cultural Center has and does, it's more than that. You're right. We have a gift shop that is currently updated with local wares from artisans. And our exhibition cycle is every 6 weeks we have a new artist or group of artists, and they're, like I said, local or national or international in some cases. And then we do have a ballet partnership with the Florida Ballet, and you can find out more information on the website regarding those details. And we also offer adult and children's programs. The big thing we're talking about right now is summer camps. They will fill up. We are encouraging families to sign up. We have 4 weeks of a culinary program for children, which is really awesome. They're going to be learning about dining etiquette, cooking, baking, making sauces, soups.
I love it. As a mom, I know how quickly you have to register for those camps. So don't take your time. And before we leave, I want you to tell us, what is your catchphrase?
We are your cultural hub.
We are your cultural hub. So thank you, Silvia, for coming to talk to me about First Coast Cultural Center.
Thank you so much, Suzie.
It's a privilege.
Thank
if you want to find out more about First Coast Cultural Center, you can go to Daily News Network. I'm your host, Suzie Becker. Stay inspired and inspiring.